Welcome back to another edition of All or Not According to Jack with your host, Jack Toledano. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Yes, another episode. We've been away for a while. I've been doing a lot of traveling this summer, whether it's been at my upstate home. I've now been to Cleveland, Ohio to go see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've been to Jamestown to go see the Lucy and Desi Museum and the Comedians Hall of Fame Museum. What else? We went to Niagara Falls. Almost couldn't get over the Rainbow Bridge because I don't have the enhanced license, but that's a story for another day. But I did get over. Thank God. It was a beautiful day. Always loved to see the falls. It was a nice thing. But today we are going to talk about my trip to Cleveland, Ohio to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That happened last Friday. I literally just got home Thursday, so finally back in my home studio. Took me a while to put the PowerPoint together. Of course, there's a lot of wonderful pictures in the slideshow that I want to show you. So let us go there. Let's share. Let's go to the PowerPoint. And there we are. So, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Long live rock. How'd you like that? I haven't figured out how to do the split screen yet, but we'll get there eventually. So yeah, this was a nice picture that I took. It is a panoramic, so I can get Long Live Rock all together. Okay, so let's move on. Another picture of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Love the glass building. Wonderful place. That's me in my Judas Priest Defenders of the Faith shirt. My niece Erica was the photographer for this picture. Love that picture, folks. Cleveland, Ohio is where it is. There's the skyline. We beat Cleveland. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is literally on the banks of Lake Erie, right behind where the Cleveland Browns play, also called the Dog Pound. I love this little historical marker, birthplace of rock and roll. Where would we be without it? My dad, I took this picture for him. He was in the Coast Guard, so right across the street from the Rock Hall, there is the Coast Guard station. I think he would really enjoy that. So, getting right into it, I figured I would, so you go down to the ground floor where you start and you work your way up each floor, but as you walk in, right away they have rap music. So, I'm not a fan of rap music, but I had to take this picture. How the hell did Urkel get nominated into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? This one, oh, I don't even know who the hell that is. Let's see. Public Enemy. Okay. Why does he wear? Does he have a hard time telling time? That he needs that clock around his neck? Whatever. Next. So, I love what so after you get past that nonsense, I love how they break it down into different sections and, how the different influences of rock and roll. So, while I don't like rap music, I do like the Motown sound. I love it actually. Uh, wonderful reminiscences of the early 70s, late 60s with Motown music, and I do have my moods and enjoy it every once in a while. No particular order. You have the New York City club scene, the Ramones, uh, CBGB's, which is not in this picture, but it's there. Uh, what's the next one? The Southern California rock sound, the British invasion sound. You got the Yardbirds, Herman's Hermits. Uh, See, this is what I love so much about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And as my niece Erica said, there's something for everybody. And me, I love to see all the artifacts. It's just a wonderful thing. Next, the Seattle Sound. And then, of course, Cleveland Rocks. Early rock and roll. You got Elvis, you got a bunch of others. Of course, me, you know me, I love the Gibson Explorer. Uh, what does that say? Johnny Otis? Okay. Don't know. Who does this say? No idea. No idea who that is, but uh, well, it's Jack Bernstein, Ike Turner. Okay, whoever. There's even a section for heavy metal. They call it heavy metal. We just call it metal. Basically, I took three separate pictures, got them all close together. Rob Halford's jacket there. Uh, Panoramic that I took. I have no idea whose boots those are. I wonder if it might be Alice Cooper, but I don't know. This is Angus Young's jacket. I love the Jack Daniels guitar. Question is, who does that belong to? Let's see if it'll tell us. Uh, I can't tell. Sorry, folks, can't tell. Wish I knew. Okay, moving on. Legends. Janis Joplin, the Rolling Stones, Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, two pictures, Chuck Berry, Led Zeppelin, Queen, Freddie Mercury, Michael Jackson. Even you have some ladies. I had to get some ladies in there. Emmylou Harris, Bonnie Raitt, Stevie Nicks, Sheryl Crow, Carrie Underwood, who someday will be a legend. She's not yet. Pete Townsend, Roger Daltrey, you heard them incomparable voices earlier, singing Long Live Rock. Eric Clapton. This is a jam that, so there was a film that they played of all inductions, and and usually at the inductions there's a jam at the end. So this was a jam that I saw of them playing Train Kept a Rollin', I believe. Metallica, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page, Ronnie Wood of the Rolling Stones, Joe Perry. I know he's a big fan of the Yardbirds and Led Zeppelin, and they covered Train Kept a Rollin'. Kirk Hammett of Metallica, Flea of Red Hot Chili Peppers. Jason, if you're watching, I know you love the Chili Peppers. James Hetfield, Metallica. Lars Ulrich, Metallica. So pretty much all Metallica was in on that jam. Pretty cool. Uh, this was a really nice thing that they did. They had this 3D art of Pink Floyd, The Wall. So while I was putting this PowerPoint together, I was actually listening to The Wall to give me a little inspiration. I mean, look at how nice that is. Uh, there's me, just to show you some scale. So I'm 5'11", but just shows you how big this 3D art of the wall is compared to me. Uh, this as you're going up the escalator, you see it again. Let's backtrack. Yeah, that's two escalator shots to try and get the whole thing in, but oh yeah, definitely a highlight. Instruments. So a lot of different instruments, and I tried to piece them together the best I could. You have a dulcimer that Brian Jones played for the Rolling Stones. Later on, Joe Perry played it with Aerosmith on the dulcimer stomp. Dulcimer is actually played with a pick that resembles a fountain pen, oddly enough. Um, Two Gibson Explorers. This is my favorite type of guitar. I love them. Uh, how did that happen? Let's get that out of there. John Paul Jones bass guitar, Metallica drum set, Jerry Garcia guitar, Kurt Cobain piano. This is Rage Against the Machine sound or a pedal board. Then, of course, from their Satanic Majesty's request, a Rolling Stone album, a Mellotron played again by Brian Jones. Some miscellaneous stuff. You had some artifacts by Michael Jackson. Don't Step on My Blue Suede Shoes. Some wall art from the Bruce Springsteen album Born to Run, I believe. At the top floor, there was a special exhibit for Bon Jovi. Uh, this was, what the heck is his name? Carl Perkins, that's it. Well, I actually saw him once, believe it or not. Carl Perkins. He was an early rock and roller. Uh, Frank Zappa, and as you first walk in, he talks about, what does he say? Rock and roll was never written or performed for conservative tastes. I agree with you, Frankie. Stick it to the man, as Jack Black used to say. Stick it to the maniosis. Next. More miscellaneous. The OJs used to be my girl. Um, Love Train. Just goes to show you how much I love Motown music. I wish they represented more, but is what it is. Sly and the Family Stone. I know my son loves them. I kind of like them as well. Joan Jett from Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Her jacket off the album I Love Rock and Roll. Def Leppard. Elton John. Aerosmith and AC/DC Pinball Machine. So towards the end, and sadly enough, there was not a lot of representation by Aerosmith, sadly enough. But we are going to talk about them towards the end. Okay, next. Okay, so these are induction walls that I passed by. And I picked some. I didn't basically photograph every year, but I picked the years that I thought were special to me. So, for example, 2016, Pete and I actually went to the induction where we saw Deep Purple, Chicago, Cheap Trick, Steve Miller, NWA get inducted. Of course, we didn't stay for NWA. We went out for a drink during that one, but we stayed for all the other band performances, which were very cool. At the very end, they did a jam of the song the Fats Domino song, Ain't That a Shame. 2013, Rush and Heart, Public Enemy got inducted, whatever. Okay. 2014, very special year for me as Kiss got inducted. Of course, they didn't perform, but, Ace Frehley being Ace Frehley, It's funny as hell when he gave his induction speech. I remember him saying, oh yeah, me trying to stop drinking is like somebody trying to stop diarrhea. Good old Ace. Good for, great for a soundbite. Peter Gabriel made it. Cat Stevens, Linda Ronstadt, Andrew Loog Oldham, who I will never forgive for basically screwing Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones. Brian Epstein, Beatles' first manager. Okay, 2022, a special year because Judas Priest got inducted, not as a performer, but they brought him in under a new category, musical excellence. So, what is musical excellence? This award, previously called the Sideman category, honors the performers, songwriters, and producers who have changed the course of music's history. Rock and roll is a restless, ever-evolving art form that depends on artists with new ideas, new sounds, and new ways of reaching people. These artists have achieved a level of timeless distinction by demonstrating a fearless commitment to artistic innovation. Wow. For you to recognize Judas Priest that way, I am flattered. I would have liked to see them get in normal. And my first thought was, did you just let them in to shut bands like me up? But after reading that, I am flattered. So, awesome job, Rob, Glenn, KK, Ian, and Scott, and Dave, Holland, and Les Binks. Who else got inducted that year? Duran Duran, as my cousin called them, my Italian cousin. The Eurythmics, one hit wonder who they let in. Pat Benatar, a several hit wonder who I think does deserve it. Great female rock and roll vocalist. Lionel Richie, I think he deserves it. Carly Simon, I think she deserves it. Dolly Parton, I got to give her credit. She said that she was willing to take a back seat and let somebody that she felt was more deserving, like Judas Priest, get in, but they inducted her anyway. 2001, Aerosmith and Queen. 1995, Led Zeppelin. So that's about Al Green, Janis Joplin. She deserves it by all means. Categories: performers, Amit Ergonet Award. What the heck is that? What does that mean? I can't even read that. Early influence, and of course what I just read to you, the Musical Excellence Award. So that's that. That's the induction wall. Here's something interesting, folks. Yep, stalled on me again. You actually can vote for who you want inducted. Bands that have not gotten in but that you want inducted. So I had to fill some shit out and I had to give him my email address, but I got to vote for my guys from London, Jethro Tull. Well, Ian is originally from Scotland, but yeah, Jethro Tull. Criminal that they did not make it. So let's look at, I'm going to expand this a little bigger so you can see it. These are the top vote getters of the day that, or maybe it's a long tally list, but look who's number one. Should freaking be in already. Iron Maiden. They deserve to get in. Styx deserves to get in. Weird Al Yankovic, I don't know. Motley Crue, I don't know. I mean, maybe they helped with the hair metal movement. Boston, I don't agree. I mean, that first album of theirs really hit like a freaking atom bomb. Great, great album, but my problem with Boston, After the second album, Don't Look Back, it took him what? 6, 7 years to put out an album, Third Stage. You know, just didn't work hard enough, guys. Tom Scholz didn't like the fact that he was forced by the record companies to put out albums sooner. Well, it's the nature of the beast. Nobody wants to wait 8 to 10 years. Otherwise, they forget about you, and that's why I don't think you deserve it. Sorry. Alice in Chains, I can make a case for them. Jethro Tull, definitely. Soundgarden, I can probably make a case for them. It's funny, I think it was Sue or my niece Erica. One of them asked me, "Oh, where are the Monkees?" There you go, number 20. But I don't know if they deserve to get in because they weren't actually a real band. That was more of a gimmick put together as a TV show. Granted, they said, "Oh, we play instruments," and they ended up going and touring based on having had the TV show, but can't take them serious. Britney Spears, seriously? Meatloaf, I mean, to me, his claim to fame were two great albums written by somebody else. I don't know. REO Speedwagon, maybe my wife can make a case for them. I can't. Jim Croce, yes. Uh, Huey Lewis and the News? I don't know, maybe. Guess Who, yes. That's about it. Bryan Adams. If you saw the South Park movie, bigger, longer, uncut, the Canadians say, "Oh, but we apologize for Bryan Adams." All right. Next slide. It's the gift shop. Now, I have to tell you, I was a little disappointed in the gift shop. Excuse me 1 second. I wanted to get some apparel at the gift shop, but you know what? There was nothing really good for me to buy. When I went 20, 25 years ago, I bought a denim jacket with a guitar that was embroidered on the back. I wonder if I still have it. Gave me this shopping bag. I got a few magnets. I got, if you can see it, I got this patch of Kiss Rock and Roll Over. And then one more thing I'm going to show you once I stop sharing. But in the meantime, so it wasn't very eventful, not a great gift shop. I was disappointed. But if you look closely at the picks they were selling, who do they have that they haven't inducted? Iron freaking Maiden. They even have the Iron Maiden Monopoly game, but you can't induct them? I mean, come on. One band that was inducted, that was the other thing. Not too much Kiss at all. I mean, they played a couple songs. While I was in the gift shop, they played New York Groove, Ace Frehley's hit. Uh, and as we were climbing the stairs, I think we were just about to see the Pink Floyd the wall exhibit. They played the song Strutter. Actually, somebody did a cover of the song Strutter, written by Paul and Gene. But look at this, folks. Our very own Martin Popoff's book is in the Rock Hall. So this book, which I've been very remiss, I have it. I really need to review it. I love the book, but give it time. I'll get to it. Another book, Kiss Behind the Mask. I also have that book, but so this gift shop, I was hoping to see more stuff unique to the hall, which I didn't really see other than some trinkets, some decks of cards, some magnets. I was telling Davy Cretin that I wanted to buy a t-shirt, but those t-shirts looked like they would have disintegrated after the third wash, so I said, fuck it, I'll pass. But I did have a good time. These are some things that I did. That's me with the column, Eddie Van Halen on a column. Me with Rob Halford on, what do they call those, crowd control dividers. That's me with Rob's jacket. Two pictures of me with the Pink Floyd The Wall exhibit. Me with Brian Jones, a selfie. My favorite Rolling Stone. Two more of me. Having fun, picking up a Fender Telecaster and noodling around. Out of tune, of course, but they didn't leave any picks for you to play, so I ended up having to pull a dime out of my pocket and just kind of strumming with that, just to, to get a little twang out of that guitar. Also, me playing on the drums, had a little fun there. So that was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in a nutshell. So on to my next adventure the day after. Who is that? Miss Lucille Ball. That's a story for another day. So let's stop sharing. So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so as I said, I know it is much maligned, pisses a lot of people off that, and Jan Wenner, uh, he's the one who basically started the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he is the editor-in-chief of Rolling Stone magazine. His opinion's biased. It just feels to me like he lets in too many of the groups that he likes, and he doesn't take into account groups that other people like. There's not enough representation of, prog rock. There's not enough heavy metal. There's not enough, there's a lot more classic rock bands that need to be in there that aren't in there, as you saw. But you go there, a lot of artifacts. You could easily spend, I'd say we spent about 3 hours. I could have walked the whole thing again, but I didn't want to do that to my wife and niece. We did go to the shore of Lake Erie and have lunch, which was really cool afterwards. But you know what? Overall, it was a beautiful day. I really enjoyed it. There was something for everybody. So, you know what? Don't take the attitude that it's as the Sex Pistol called, oh, it's a bloody piss stain. It isn't a piss stain. Go check it out. It's a cool place. You might like it. What can I tell you? They're making progress. I mean, ever since I got on the bandwagon about they need to induct more bands, they've inducted bands that I like. Deep Purple got in, Kiss got in, Rush got in, Yes got in, Chicago got in. They even got Judas fucking Priest in. So I'm happy. Now they got to get Iron Maiden and Jethro Tull in. And they got to get Emerson, Lake and Palmer and a few others. You know what? I'll be happy. Keep making it better for me, guys. Keep inducting those bands that we want to see in there. This is Jack Toledano, speaking for All or None according to Jack. Before I wrap it up, so I was online at the gift shop, and I want to start another series, introduce another series that I don't think anybody has done, and about concerts that I've attended. And I couldn't really think of a good name for it. concert remembrances, concerts I've attended. So I'm actually online at the gift shop purchasing my trinkets. And you know how when you walk down the aisle, there's other last minute things for sale that they try to get you to buy. I actually saw this scrapbook, Concerts Remembered. So that is going to be the title of my uh, upcoming series. Uh, so I have two in mind that I'm going to talk about right off the bat. Uh, one for Aerosmith to commemorate the fact that sadly they have to stop touring. I've seen them 3 times in my lifetime. And then one for Judas Priest. I've seen them 10 times, but there is one particular concert that I want to talk about because hello, somebody recorded that concert and put it up on YouTube. The coolest freaking thing. So, Jack Toledano, speaking for all or none, according to Jack. If you like what I do, please subscribe. I will be home for the next week, so I don't know if I'm actually going upstate next weekend. If I don't, I'm definitely going to see. I'm definitely going to add another concert experience into this book. Uh, Don Felder of the Eagles is actually coming around by me, and he's going to do a free concert at Eisenhower Park in Central Nassau, Long Island. So check it out. And if you see me, come say hello. Jack Toledano, all or none according to Jack. Have a good night, folks. Bye.